Hi, welcome back. So again, yoga and science are saying the same thing. Our exhale is a powerful way to reset our nervous system. So we often talk or we hear a lot about inhaling, big full breath in, expand your lungs, fill your breath. But what if I was to tell you that one of the quickest ways that we can work with our nervous system and calm our nervous system is through our exhalation? That's where the magic happens. So, science and yoga saying the same thing. And for me, I haven't needed science to tell me what my experience of yoga and breath work is. That is experiential. I feel it in my body. And so for me, I know how I feel. I don't need science to back that up. But what's lovely is seeing that science does back that up. And that helps a lot of people who perhaps aren't sure whether they want to go down a yogic path or work through breath work when it could sometimes sound a bit woo-woo. Whereas now science is telling us the same thing that yoga has been telling us for centuries. So in yoga, breath is not just one thing. Breath moves in many directions. It's called the vayus, or the winds of the body. And the exhalation is known as Apana Vayu. It's the downward movement of energy. It's the letting go. It's the surrendering. It's where we stop efforting and we stop pushing and struggling. And so modern science knows now that the exhalation helps to increase our vagal tone. So we can't measure vagal tone, but it's measured by our heart rate variability, or it's indicated by our heart rate variability. So our vagus nerve is the longest nerve in the body, the wandering nerve, and it's like talked about often as the super highway into the parasympathetic nervous system, our nervous system branch that's about rest and repair, staying cool, calm and collected, safe and sociable is another way it's often talked about, as opposed to being up in fight and flight and anxiety. When we have a good vagal tone, we have a good calm nervous system, and we have a good ability to move in and out of stress and down and towards calm. And that's what heart rate variability is able to measure, the ability for our heart rate to adjust through different situations. So the vagus nerve is known as the brake pedal. It helps to slow things down. It helps to steady us out rather than us just going like crazy with no brakes at all, which seems to be a way that many of us are living in this fast-paced, busy life. And our nervous system responds to everything around us. If we're watching something or hearing something, or we're in constant stress, driving in peak hour traffic and feeling anxious about having to get somewhere, our nervous system is responding to that. It's highly activated, and we want, when we arrive home, for the body to quickly be able to calm down and find ease. So what I wanted to do today is work with Apana Vayu to help with vagal tone by extending our exhalations. And the breath that I'll work with today is going to be a breath in for 4 and out for 8. And I know for many of you that could be too much. So what I want you to do is take a moment just to feel what feels right for you. What we don't want to be happening is that when you're breathing out for 8, I don't want you to feel like you're tightening and tensing. That's going to trigger us into an upregulated or a sympathetic response, as opposed to a down-regulated parasympathetic response. So let's just start by noticing, how is my breath? What's happening now? What I would like is, as you exhale, no matter what the length of your exhale, that you soften and relax and let go, so that your exhalation becomes longer, not through force, just by softening. And I am going to use the 4 in and 8 out rhythm for a few cycles. Then I'm just going to remind you to soften and relax as we go. So So we talked about posture in some of the other sessions that I've done. So it is great for us to have a nice tall posture while we're learning these practices, or to be laying flat on the floor is another nice way to keep your spine nice and straight. So just start by tuning in and noticing your inhale and your exhale. And then let's start with counting. In for 4, out for 8, back in for 4, soften and relax for 8, in for 4, out for 8, keep going. I'm just going to keep talking while you carry on. I want you to find your own rhythm. Anybody who has any kind of respiratory dysfunction, COPD, asthmatics, you may find that you're only breathing in for 2 and out for 4, or in for 2 and out for 3, and that is fine. All I want is that you are really checking in to see that you're softening, relaxing on your exhale, that your breath is flowing in and out through your nose. Each time you exhale, just get a sense of letting go, surrendering, letting go of effort. Just 2 more cycles at your own pace and your own rhythm. When you get to the end of your next exhale, just keep the awareness downwards and inwards, and just notice the effects of that breath pattern for you. Ideally, we would like you to feel calm, and an indication that perhaps you did a little too much was that you feel irritated or agitated, or your heart rate is tensed, your shoulders have tightened. So Apana Vayu, that downward energy, vagal tone, HRV, so it's ancient language and modern science, again agreeing. So yoga knew this, science can now measure this. So every long, slow exhale is helping to bring us back into a state of balance. So please continue with these practices. Next session, I'm going to incorporate some yin yoga to open up the muscles for breathing in the rib cage, using breath incorporated into that practice. Please let me know how you're going. Share it out to other people. This work is really valuable. And subscribe, of course. And yeah, please give me feedback. Let me know what's working for you, what you're struggling with, what you would like me to talk to you about, what's happening that you're kind of wondering if you're doing it right or wrong. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. So keep your mouth shut, breathe in and out through your nose, stay cool, calm and collected. Namaste. Enjoy your day.